What's up guys, my name is Sebastian Hahn, and in this Friday's video I have decided to make a author spotlight presentation about Walt Whitman. Now I've made this one especially unique. In this presentation I will go over every single poem Walt Whitman has ever written in just 111 slides. Because that's what everyone wants, a 10-minute Google slide with a voiceover. Are you excited? I am very excited to do this. Let's get started.
Come on, guys. We're better than this.
Now we can start. Who was Walt Whitman? A celebrated author, he is known for being one of the greatest and most influential American poets of all time. He is as celebrated and acclaimed as Emily Dickinson and Robert Frost. In this video, I will go over Walt Whitman's life, his inspiration, notable works, and everything in between. Let's get started. Walter Whitman, born May 31st, 1819, was a child of Dutch and English descent. His family was not educated, for they had lost most of their property by the time he was born. He began to work the printing press in his early teens, and became a teacher later on at the age of 17. In his 20s, Whitman founded the Long Islander newspaper and was an editor for the Brooklyn Daily Eagle. While not confirmed by all sources, it is believed by many that Whitman was actually fired from the Daily Eagle because of his pro-abolitionistic attitude on slavery. Due to his early knowledge of the printing press and later on the newspapers, Whitman had begun writing a variety of poems over the years, and in 1855 he decided to collect them and publish them in his first edition of Leaves of Grass. Leaves of Grass was unsuccessful and was unrecognized for quite some time. On one fateful day, however, Whitman received a letter from contemporary author Ralph Waldo Emerson. Emerson praised Whitman's free and brave thought style, colloquially known as free writing, and found it to be the most extraordinary piece of wit and wisdom that America has yet contributed. Whitman therefore began selling many copies of Leaves of Grass after these correspondences. Over the years, he continued to edit, revise, and add poems to Leaves of Grass, which is his most significant work collection and why he is held in such high regard in American literature today. Now, let's take a second to pause and think about this. In the 1800s, there was not a lot of opportunities to become a well-established author outside of scholarly applications and traditional methods. Whitman was trying to do something new with his writing. He wanted to be seen and heard, and he was not doing very well. But when Ralph Waldo Emerson contacted him, his life changed forever. Thousands of people began to read his works. His free and brave thought style was now becoming standard. If you look at poetry, you'll notice that more and more themes similar to Whitman's have been used and expanded upon. Whitman's contribution, influenced by Ralph Waldo Emerson, led him to become such an important author. Leaves of Grass is known for its metaphorical depiction of humanity. Themes of this are primarily nature, free verse, and the first-person point of view. A notable quote exemplifying this theme is, "There was never any more inception than there is now, nor any more youth or age than there is now, and will never be any more perfection than there is now, nor any more heaven or hell than there is now." After Leaves of Grass was published, Whitman received news that his brother was wounded in the Civil War. He went to Washington to care for his brother, and there he met many war veterans. Whitman ended up spending much time with these veterans, listening and taking inspiration from their stories, which would have a great effect on his later poems. For example, after Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in 1865, Whitman wrote perhaps one of the best poems of all time, "O Captain, My Captain," a tribute to the great, now fallen president. For those who do not know, "O Captain, My Captain" is a metaphor for not only the death of Abraham Lincoln, but for the Civil War itself. The war had just been won, yet they lost a great leader, and without further ado, I will now read the poem. O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every wreck, the prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bells I hear, the people all exulting, while follow eyes the steady keel, the vessel grim and daring. But oh hearts, 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 oh the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. O Captain, My captain, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up, for you the flag is flung. For you the bugle trills. For you bouquets and ribbon wreath. For you the shores are crowding. For you they call the swaying mass, their eager faces turning. Dear captain, dear father, this arm beneath your head. It is some dream that on that deck you've fallen cold and dead. My captain does not answer, his lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm, he has no pulse nor will. The ship is anchored safe and sound, its voyage close and done. From fearful trip, the victor ship comes in with object won. Exalt all shores and ring all bells, but I with mournful tread walk the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. Alright, let's take a moment to examine O Captain, My Captain, and understand how it shows Whitman's unique writing style. You may recall the quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson that I previously mentioned, praising the free and brave thought style. Take a look, can you spot it here? Trick question. This is actually the only Walt Whitman poem that is not written in free verse. This is his only poem that follows a meter and rhyme scheme. What does this mean? This means that every single poem Walt Whitman ever wrote was in the free verse. Whitman was nicknamed the father of free verse for this reason. He practically invented it. If there's one thing that you will take away from this video, it is that Walt Whitman revolutionized poetry with the free verse. This man pioneered an entirely new and different way of expressing poetry. We take for granted the different variations of poetry in the modern world, but Whitman is the reason why we have that variation at all. O Captain, My Captain was eventually assimilated into Leaves of Grass, which Whitman continued to revise and edit until it had amassed a great many 300 poems. His final poem, Goodbye My Fancy, was written in 1891, 1 year before his death on March 26, 1892. In conclusion, Walt Whitman lived a relatively normal life, as he came from a privileged family with no education. Luckily, his early experiences with the printing press gave him an opportunity to learn, an opportunity which was expanded upon as he became a teacher and newspaper editor. When Leaves of Grass was endorsed by Emerson, Whitman's style of free writing became accepted and encouraged by the larger literature community. O Captain, My Captain, his most exemplary work, is a testament to both his innovative writing and brilliant mind. Walt Whitman was truly and unequivocally a great American poet. Thanks for watching my mandatory presentation. Have a great day.